get hard out here for a PIMP, man. It get hard. I'm just playing, y'all. Just playing.
Are an overcomer. And I know this because in 1 John 4:4 it says, "You, dear children, are from God and have overcome them, because the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world."
Hello, my lovelies. Y'all, so I'm trying to record. I'm trying to be a little fancy here and record on my phone and on my camera, so you guys see me going back and forth. That's the reason. But hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Marisha Lawson, aka Lovely Ree, and welcome to my channel. If you are new, definitely go ahead and subscribe, and if you're on my Instagram, go ahead and follow your girl. Okay, I'm super excited. Oh, I'm sorry for the people that's returning. Hey y'all, hey boo, hey my lovelies, how y'all doing? Excited to be here today. As you can read by the title, we about to get into it. And so the title, y'all, oh my goodness, the title just even speaks for itself. Waiting on God's best in your single season. And I feel like as believers, we don't talk about this topic a lot, of how hard it truly is of serving Christ and following God and being single while you're doing it. Even you see kind of just even in the world how, you know, relationships are highly glorified. I mean, they're highly glorified relationship goals, and it's almost a curse to be single. But my goal here today is to change you guys' perspective on what a single season is really supposed to look like. Talking based off of my own true personal experiences, because this has been something I personally haven't talked about as well either. Not that I'm ashamed of being in my single season, but you kind of sometimes just go with the motion and go with the flow of everything. But y'all, this is a whole, listen, this is a whole task, a commitment within itself to be able to walk this journey, and to walk this journey by yourself, which technically you're not by yourself, but you get the gist of it. So repeat after me. Being single is okay. Say that one more time. Being single is okay. The reason why I'm saying that is because I know that, you know, society makes, you know, relationships just like the number one thing. Oh, relationships goals, and if you're not in a relationship, then what are you doing? Like, if you are single, and I mean, it's been going on for the absolute longest. Oh my gosh, I just hate being single. Like, you feel unwanted, you feel like you're not worthy, you feel like you rejected, of not, you know, having somebody's love, and all of these different things. And it's so crazy because a lot of the times people think that, you know, single people only, you know, struggle with you know, lustful desires and things like that. No, a lot of people deal with loneliness, they deal with rejection, they deal with, you know, feeling unworthy, feeling like nobody wants them, and all type of things like that. And today I'm coming on here to let you guys know that it's okay to wait for God's best. Okay, you don't want to, you know, just end up with anything or just have his permissive will. Well, I'll allow you to be with this guy, or I'll allow you to be with this girl because you want a relationship so bad, but you haven't sat with God and really allowed him to fill you up for real. And I'm not saying all of this because I went through the process and I'm good, honey, or I skipped over the single process and I don't know nothing about it. No, oftentimes it's so crazy that we as believers don't talk about this topic a lot, but it's a lot of us who are single that struggles with the idea of being single, because we feel like, you know, well, you know, I see such and such getting married, I see such and such, you know, all booed up, I see such and such going on trips and whining and dining and stuff like that. Like, why can't I do that? But you guys, sometimes God will take you through a different process. Okay, he will take you through a different process so that he can truly refine and prune you to be the woman or the man of God that he is calling you to be. Honestly, y'all, the best time to definitely learn yourself and learn God is in your single season, because you don't have no distractions, you don't have no other body's opinions or influence, but you have that moment to be like, okay, God, I'm doing this, I'm walking with you, and I'm walking with you for real. And I'm not telling y'all this, or I'm not saying this because I haven't been through it. That was definitely one of the things that I struggled with when I first started following Christ. Not that, you know, I didn't know how to be single, because y'all, let me tell you this right now. When I in high school, when I was single, baby, I was single. I was having fun with it. And when I was in a relationship, okay, I was faithful to that person. But when I was single, baby, I always had someone to talk to. I always had a little boo thing on the side. I always had, you know, somebody up the street. Even though we wasn't serious, I knew that I still had someone that I could be able to confide in. And so when I started walking my walk with Christ, and he's like, no, I want your full undivided attention. I don't want you to have no boo thing right now. I don't want you to be dealing with these dudes. I don't want you. And that was like one of my biggest things to kind of let go of, because I've always wanted to get married. But as I got older and I started seeing what a lot of married women were dealing with, and their husbands cheating, and I was like, honey, I don't want this life. Like, I'm cool if I do, and I'm cool if I don't. So when I started following Christ, it was like the desire for marriage heightened on a whole nother level. And I started seeing what real godly and kingdom marriages look like. Like, dang, no, men are faithful and women are faithful, and they can have healthy marriages, and that, like, it just heightened, you know, so much more, because I had real life examples of healthy marriages right there in front of my face. Whereas before, when I was in the world, my BC days before Christ, okay, I wasn't being able to see those type of examples. You know, the desire heightened, and I started going on my hunt for my perfect guy, or for my dude, or for my mate in Christ. And I started trying to change their hearts and making them want to follow God and make them want to follow Christ. But in actuality, God is the only man that can change a man's heart. Man can't change man's heart. Only God can change a man's heart. So while I'm doing all of this, saying, you know, you can follow God, you can follow Christ, and then we'll be together and we'll do all of this, in the end, I'm getting hurt because that person never had the desire to change. That person never had the desire to come to Christ or to live a lifestyle of God or things like that. So when we're talking about waiting on God's best and waiting for the things that he wants, it will just come out of nowhere. You don't have to go and fight for it. You don't have to go and press and push for it. You don't got to be doing none of that. And I think about the story of Ruth and Boaz, where Ruth wasn't thinking about Boaz. She was thinking about her father's business and what needed to be done. But what we do a lot of the times is, because based off of our feelings and based off of our emotions and based off of the things that we want to see happen, we go and try to find our Boaz before the time is before the time comes, and then we done messed up what it was that God was even trying to do. And I'm telling y'all this because by experience, I have put myself in situationships, that's what I'm gonna call them, situationships that I had no business being in, because I desire, and my desire for marriage outruled what God's desire was in that moment. It's not that God didn't have the desire for me to be married, but God wasn't thinking about that in that time. So honestly, y'all, it's no rush, you know, because if it's in God's will, it'll naturally happen on its own. You don't have to try to fight for it to happen. You don't have to try to push for it to happen. And then honestly, it's also about being content in where God has you. I wasn't content because I'm seeing everybody else. And if that's, comparison will kill you. Comparing yourself to this, comparing yourself to this person's process, comparing yourself to that person's process. And sometimes we think, and I thank God personally that I didn't get put into a marriage where in that moment I knew I wasn't, well, in that moment I didn't know that I wasn't ready for marriage. But as time progressed, I started to see, oh, this is why this did not, because I had to also learn, and that's the good thing about being in your single season, is that you get to see the ugly about you. You get to see the realness about you. You get to see how you respond to stuff, how you act to stuff, how, you know, things are. And then once you get put in that relationship, and that's the person that God has called for you, that's it. So you don't want to go into that relationship anyways, half-hearted, broken-hearted, still have stuff that you haven't healed from, still have it. So the world thinks that, you know, this person's supposed to go in a relationship broken, and maybe they'll find them a healed person, and then they'll come together, and that healed person is supposed to bring up the person who's not healed. That does not work in many cases, babe. That does not. I'm telling y'all this. I'm telling y'all this. I'm telling y'all this. I'm telling y'all this. Let me tell you this as well. Like, when you are trying to date somebody, first of all, God will tell you whether this person is for you. I'm telling you, I kid you not. I have gotten dreams, y'all. I have gotten dreams where God would show me that this person wasn't for me. But had I just kept on trucking along and saying, you know, well, I desire this so bad, I'm just gonna keep on going, that would have been an unnecessary hardship and delay in my process. So I just wanted to come to you guys today and to let you know that it's okay to be single. It's okay to get to know yourself. It's okay not to rush into something because of your feelings and your desires and your emotions. Yeah, you may have those desires and those feelings and those emotions, but don't let those desires and those feelings and those emotions to cost you what God is truly, honestly trying to give unto you. And I had to learn that. I learned that the hard way, bumping my head and being in these situationships. A lot of dudes, oh yeah, we can talk, da 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 da. And I let you know that, hey, I'm not doing that, or I'm not doing anything with you until I get married. And then, oh no, that's fine, that's fine. And then when they really seen that, no, I'm not doing that, until then it was a whole. So you just want to save yourself from being something just unnecessary. And even outside of just being in a relationship, I've seen what it's looked like to just wait, just simply wait on God. And I know that could even be the hardest thing within itself, just waiting on him, because he may have told you that you was going to be a business mogul, right? He may have told you was going to be a business mogul, and next thing you know, you ain't seen that word be manifested, and it's been like 5 years now. But it don't mean that God's word turned out void, or it don't mean that God isn't gonna do it. He says that he renews your strength when you wait. So while you're waiting, he's building you up. You don't even know what he's doing. He just building you up. He building you up. He building you up. He building you up. Because he want to see, can you really stand the test of time despite the desires that you may have? Being single don't mean that you're unworthy. Being single don't mean that you're not loved. Being single don't mean that that's never going to happen for you. But I would advise you to just wait. This is what I truly believe, y'all. I truly believe that the reason why the divorce rates are so high is because people don't seek God out enough to say, hey, is this the person for me? Am I even supposed to even be focused on this right now? Ruth found Boaz. She wasn't looking for him. She was simply about her father's business. She was working out in the field. She was working. She was working. She was doing what God wanted her to do. And Boaz found her. So how many times do you feel like we going out and trying to make something happen and trying to make something happen. And then when it don't work out, you turning around and blaming God, but it was never God, it was you. Like, I've seen it multiple times. Like, and I know it's coming, but I'm also not looking. I'm no longer looking. I'm like, God, you have your way in that area. When you want to do that, God, you doing that. But right now, my mind is set, focused on what it is that you are doing inside of me. And I want to read y'all this real quick. Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not grow faint. So, and that was Isaiah 40:31. So basically, like I said, saying that when you wait, he renews your strength. Get to know you. Get to know yourself. Get to know how worthy you are. Get to know what your purpose is called to be. And then let me check this out. Just because he in church or just because she in church, that still don't mean that that's the person that is for you. It really comes down to the person that God handpicked and created for you. And that has been my prayer, Lord. Give me the person that you literally designed here on this earth, that you literally created here on this earth just for me. He wasn't meant for nobody else but me. And I know I may not get everything but I want, but I know for a fact that I'll get everything that I need. God's gifts are always the best gifts. So I just wanted to encourage y'all on today that it's okay. I don't care what society is saying. While you are in your single season, get to know you and get to know God while you're doing that. So I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. Like I said, I would definitely do more videos like this, talking to you guys and encouraging y'all, because look, it get hard out here for a PIMP, man. It get hard. I just playing, y'all. I just playing. There ain't no PIMPs out here. We ain't. I just playing. I hope that you guys were able to take something from this video. That it's okay, boo. It's okay, sir. Go and focus and work the gifts that God gave you. Go work the business. Go work the business idea. Go work the entrepreneurial strategies. Go work in the field. And when you ain't even looking, okay, so yeah, I love y'all. You guys stay lovely. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.